Hey guys, John here with the Practical Tactical Minimalist, and today we are going to do a 3,500 round review of the Maple Leaf Firearms RMR adapter plates for all these little single stacks that are taking the market by storm. They have a model for the Smith & Wesson Shield, the Glock 43, 43X, 48, and the SIG P365 and P365xl. This plate allows you to run a full-size RMR or an SRO or a Holosun on your tiny little single stack. After all, the Holosun K series are still in short supply over a year after they were supposed to release, and all these COVID lockdowns and delays aren't helping anything. And with all of the other tiny optics on the market, they are just plagued with problems, or they just purely don't hold up to the type of use we put optics through on this channel. So for the Project One gun and testing the P365 through training classes and actual use, I chose the adapter plate from Maple Leaf Firearms. John sent one out for me and I mounted it up. It is a super easy process. The plate will work with anything that shares the RMR footprint, including the SRO, and the 407, 507, and 508 Holosuns. The Holosun optics will use shorter screws. The screws that come with the 507 should work perfectly, but John can include the screws for the Holosuns instead of the RMR specific screws, so just include that in the order comments if you're going to be using a Holosun instead. This information will be for the P365xl slide specifically. The two screws that secure the plate to the P365xl slide use a Torx 10 driver, and the two screws that were provided for mounting the RMR use a Torx 15 driver. I believe it was about 10 inch-pounds of torque, so break out your fix-it sticks and make sure to apply the correct amount of pressure. Then I used thread locker, blue, I think it's 242. It's really personal preference, but I would always recommend using a small drop of blue Loctite on the screws, especially the screws mounting the plate to the slide. I put blue Loctite on it, witness marked it, and it did not budge through slide manipulations, malfunction drills, and a ton of actual firing and carry. I ended up taking this plate off for a bit just to run the Holosun 507K through 1,000 rounds before I wrapped up that Project One gun experiment. If I wasn't testing things, I would have honestly left the RMR and the Maple Leaf Firearms adapter plate on, no question. I probably would have chosen the 507 ACSS Vulcan because you do lose the rear sight on the P365xl, and that could be a problem for some people. The loss of the rear sight was never an issue for me. Shooting with the hood of an RMR as a guillotine reference was my backup sighting system, but with how rugged and durable the RMR or the Holosun or the Maple Leaf Firearms adapter plate ended up being, I wouldn't have a single reservation about running this setup exclusively. Feel free to check out Maple Leaf Firearms. I have a link and a discount code down below. I gain nothing from it, but you guys will save some dough, and you get a bomb-proof product. American made from a cool dude. Maple Leaf Firearms does my favorite milling, so definitely check them out. A big thanks to John and Maple Leaf Firearms crew for believing in my channel and helping me with this test. They have a big fan here, and I will be championing their work every chance I get. This has been John, the Practical Tactical Minimalist. Be safe out there.